Good morning, friends, students, and all interested in English. This is Professor Dr. Deepika Srivastav from the English department. Today's lecture is meant for students who have problems in writing correct spellings. The topic is easy ways to write correct English spellings. I have been an English examiner for the past 4 decades. While examining scripts, I come across silly spelling mistakes. Students lose precious marks for words spelled wrongly. While it is difficult to make you remember correct spellings in one lecture, I have endeavored here to point out some common spelling errors and how to write correct spellings in English. Actually, many words in English language are borrowed from other languages, so we have weirdly spelt English words. English language has borrowed words from Italian, Greek, French languages to name just a few sources. With youngsters depending on computers, their spellings get mixed up and they end up making very many mistakes. Their pronunciations too are incorrect at times. Before you learn spellings, I would advise you to use British spellings, not American. For examples, Americans spell color as COLOR, while Britishers spell it as COLOUR. Many feel that both spellings are correct. I will illustrate some easy methods to help you remember correct spellings. These are also mentioned in Google, grammar books, and in dictionaries. The first rule is to use mnemonics. These devices turn information into a picture or a sentence or a rhyme or a song. Like you can use rhymes and songs to help you. Example, I before E except after C. I repeat, I before E except after C. This way you will remember when to write IE and when to write EI. Also, mnemonics may use sentences to explain difficult part of spelling a word. Then you can learn a few rules mentioned in grammar books or in dictionaries. Another very simple method is to make a list of misspelled words which I have prepared for you. Then another easy way is to make your own list of words instead of depending on others to make it for you. A simple method is to divide a long word into small parts or chunks. This makes you learn correct spellings faster. I have used this method in my lecture at times. In foreign countries, teachers motivate students to say the word loud, then write it. This is not a very accurate method and I will not recommend it. They also urge students to draw a picture, which again is not practical. When I was young, I used to play word games like Scrabble and crossword puzzles. This improved my spellings drastically. All said and done, spellings become easy when your grasp of English language improves. I have made a list of some words, explained the meanings first, then tried to make you understand how to spell them rightly. It is not easy to explain all the meanings and take up all the words in one lecture. However, I have just made a beginning. Let us begin then. Words are not in alphabetical order. The first word which I have taken is access. Now, first I tell you its meaning. a way of approach or entry. It is spelled A double C then E double S. So in this word double C and double S, students get confused and forget that both C and S are given equal importance. Access meaning when you approach. So for an entry, you had to take precautions. So here you use double C and double S. As you spell success, success is also not easily got. Here also you use SU double C E double S. Same way you spell access. Accidentally, it means happening by chance. Here again double C double L too. Many write single L, but remember that tally has double L, Tally. So will accidentally too. I spell out the spelling. ACCIDEN dent and then tally. You put all these chunks together and you have accidentally. Then is accommodate. And another form of the letter accommodation. It means adapt or lodgings. This is always misspelled. Either students write single C and double M or vice versa. Just remember you have to accommodate both. So both are double. Now I spell out the word A double C O double M O and DATE. Last is date. DATE. Accommodate. And in accommodation, ACCO double MO DATION. Accommodate and accommodation. Both have double C and double M. Then we come to the next word, anemia. This means deficiency of blood cells. It is a common word among science students and the spelling is easy. First write an, A-N, then A-E, an, A, and the rest is easy, Mia. Mia is used very frequently by students. So M-I-A, put all together, anemia. Then is immature. Is a person who performs with limited skills. That is immature. Now the spelling is again A-M-A, ama, then T, and last is E-U-R. Now E-U-R of Europe. You all would like to visit Europe. So Europe is spelled E-U-R-O-P-E. You just take E-U-R in immature and A-M-A and then put E-U-R. You get immature. Then we come to the next word, acknowledge. What does it mean? Recognize or accept the truth. Recognize or accept the truth. Spelling is first you write AC, then you write no, K-N-O-W. Now K is silent here. You don't say K now. You say no. And last is L-E-D-G-E. Again, D is silent. Ledge. L-E-G-E pronounced, but the spelling has L-E-D-G-E. Put all together. Then we come to the next word, alumnus. What does it mean? Former student. This is important because you all are former students of some college or school. So first you spell A, then you spell L-U-M of lump. Lump is L-U-M-P. Here you just use L-U-M and the last is nus, N-U-S. N-U-S, not N-A-S. Alumnus. Then the next word is absence, means being away. The spelling is first you write A-B, then you write sense, S-E-N-C-E. Sense has C and not S. Be careful. S-E-N-C-E. Put A-B and S-E-N-C-E, you have absence. Next word is argument. It means dispute. Dispute. Spelling is Now see, argue is A-R-G-U-E, but in argument, E is left out. You have simply A-R-G-U, and the last part is M-E-N-T, ment, M-E-N-T. Combine both, argument. The next word is antonym. It means opposite. You should know this word because opposites are asked in all the examinations, whether it is UPSC or UPCS or SSC. Antonyms you must know. So the spelling, it means, first it means opposite, then the spelling is, first you write A-N, then you write T-O, anto, and then the last part is nim, not spelled N-I-M but N-Y-M. N-Y-M is nim. Then we come to the next word, bizarre. The meaning is strange. Now, bizarre. First you write biza, B-I-Z-A. Then you write double R. And the last part of the sentence of the word is E. It is pronounced bizarre, not bizarre, but written bizarre. E is added in the last part of the word. Next is bouquet. It's a very common word. You present bouquet of flowers on all occasions, whether they are birthdays or wedding anniversaries or whatever. Now it means a bunch of flowers. Spelling is a bit tricky. First you write boo. Now it is not B-U but B-O-U, boo. Then you write quet, Q-U-E-T. But the T is silent here. It is pronounced bouquet, but T is absolutely silent, not bouquet. Next is check. Written order to a bank to pay a sum of money from the drawer's account. You write checks for payments. So you must know the spelling also. First you write C-H-E, chi. Then you write qui, Q-U-E. So you write check you, but it is pronounced check. The spelling when you write is check you, Q-U-E is Q. But you pronounce it differently. It is pronounced check. Next we come to the word from the army side, colonel. It means an army officer below a brigadier. It is pronounced colonel, but it is spelled very differently. The spelling is C-O-L-O-N-E-L, pronounced colonel but written colonel. Then we come to colleague. Colleague is a fellow worker in any profession. Spelling is, first you write C-O-L-L-E, the way you spelled college. College is C-O-L-L-E-G-E. So in colleague you just write C-O-L-L-E, then you write A-G-U-E. A is totally silent here. Written colleague but pronounced colleague. Then we come to the next word, committee. It means body of persons appointed for a special function. Here double M, double T, double E. Now you just remember that these are important people. A committee comprises of important people. So all the alphabets M, double, T, double, E, double. Spelling is C-O-M-M-I-T-T-E, committee. Next we come to conscientious. It means diligent or scrupulous. Conscientious. It is spelled, first you write C-O-N, then you write S-C-I-E-N, of science. Science you all know. Science is spelled S-C-I-E-N-C-E. So here you write S-C-I-E-N. Okay? Then the last part is conscientious. T-I-O-U-S. Pronounced conscientious. Written quite differently. Then we come to commissioner. Now who is a commissioner? Person appointed to perform a specific task. I am sure all of you would want to be commissioners. So you must know the spelling as well. Now the commissioner, you first write CO, then double M, then you write I, then you write double S and ION. Last is ER, commissioner. Okay, you must remember this spelling. To be a commissioner, first learn the spelling. Now I come to another tricky word, embarrassed. Now, embarrassed, a person who is made awkward by someone. You embarrassed him. Now the spelling is first you write EM, then you write BA, ba, M ba, then double R, and then the last part is ASS. You know, a person who embarrasses you is an ass. So you end the spelling as ass. No decent person would embarrass you. So if you have been embarrassed, that person is surely an ass. So you end the spelling by writing ASS, and if you want to write embarrassed, then you write ED. So remember, single M, double R and as double S. Then we come to a simple word, gauge. It is a standard measure. Now the spelling is first you write GA, then you write U, then you write GE. GAUGE, gauge. Next word is similar, but the spelling is different, guard. Keep watch or defend, or a person who keeps watch. You have guards in buildings. Now the spelling is here, it is GU. Don't get confused. In gauge you have GA, in guard you have GU, and the last part is ARD, guard. Now a very common word which is being used these days is inoculate. What does it mean? Treat a person or animal with vaccine. Now, first you write IN, then you write O, then you write CU, and last is late, LATE. Don't be late in getting yourself inoculated. Remember it this way. INOCU, last part is LATE. So all letters are single here. Irrelevant. It means not relevant, which is not very important. Now the spelling is first you write I, then you write double R, and then you write LE of elementary, ELE, and last is VANT, irrelevant, not VENT, vant. It is written vant but pronounced irrelevant. Next word is harassment. To trouble continuously. Now the person who harasses is an ass. So another word having ass. Just as you had ass in embarrass, you have ass in harassment as well. But the here ass comes in this center. Now the spelling is first you write HAR, then you write as. Remember as. And then the last is ment, MENT. So a person, a teacher, or your superior, anybody who harasses you is another as. Now we come to the next word. It means horrible. Now what does it mean? Horrible means causing horror. First you write ho, 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 from holy. Then you write double R, RR. Then you write IBLE, ible. Combine all the three parts and you get horrible. Then judgment. Now it means sentence of a court of justice. Spelling is first you write JU, then you write D, then you write GE, last is MENT. Here D is silent. Judgment. Though D comes in the spelling, it is not pronounced. Judgment. JUDGEMENT. Now, this word is a tricky word, misspell. It is always spelled wrongly. Now, first you write miss. What is miss? Miss is used for unmarried girls. Miss, MISS. Then the last part is spell, PELL. You combine both and you get misspell. So it has double S and double S. Then we come to another tricky word, maneuver. Maneuver. It means agile or skillful movement, but the spelling is difficult to remember. I will try to explain. First, you write man, M A N, then you write O E U, M A N O E U, menu, and last is ver. Now, it is not spelled V E R but V R E, combined all part, and you have maneuver. The full spelling is M A N O E U V R E, maneuver, meaning skillful movement. Next word is miscellaneous. It means mixed composition. Spelling, first you write M-I-S, miss. Misspell has double S. This word has single S. Then you write cell, C-E-double-L. And last is A-N-E-O-U-S. Combine the different parts and you have miscellaneous. Then is pneumonia. It is fever owing to lungs disease. This was a very dreaded word during the COVID outbreak. Now it begins with P, but the P is silent. The spelling begins with P, then you write N-E-U, new, not N-E-W, and last is monia, M-O-N-I-A, pneumonia, P-N-E-U-M-O-N-I-A, pneumonia. Then an often used word is preliminary. It means introductory. You have prelims in UPSC, UP, PCS exams and other exams as well. So you must know the spelling. You just say prelims, prelims. That is only the abbreviation. The full word is preliminary. Now I spell it for you. First you write pre, P-R-E, then limi, L-I-M-I, and last is N-A-R-Y, preliminary. That is the whole word. Don't use the abbreviated word. This way you will remember the spelling. Then for the next word is permission. Wherever you have to go, if you are a working person, then you have to take permission from your superiors. It means consent. Now the spelling is first you write per, P-E-R, and then the rest is easy, mission, M-I-S-S-I-O-N. So since you have to take permission, so you have to please your superiors. That is why you use double S here. This is how you might remember the spelling. Then when you apply for jobs, you have to fill up forms stating your qualifications. So the next word is qualification. Accomplishment fitting a person for a position. That is the meaning. You must know the spelling often. It is used wrongly. Now first you spell Q-U. Now remember one rule, Q is always accompany, it is always having U. After Q there is always U. This way it rhymes also and you'll remember. After Q there is always U. So first you write Q-U, then you write A, qua, qua. Then you write Li, L-I, and last is Fication, F-I-C-A-T-I-O-N, qualification. Next word is quarantine. Now by now you must know the spelling of quarantine. Why? Because this word was every day spoken, written at least 1,000 times. So you ought to know the spelling. Anyway, I am going to first tell you the meaning and then the spelling. It is isolation of a person or animal to prevent infection. We heard this word so often, and so now you must know the spelling. First you begin by writing Q-U. Q, as I said, always has U. Then qua, Q-U-A. Qualification also had Q-U-A. Then you run, so ran. You have to run away from infected people. So you ran away. And last is tine, Tine. So quarantine, Quarantine. Combine all these, you have quarantine. Next word is occasionally. It means happening infrequently. Spelling is OCCA, double C. Then SION, that is occasion. And then ALLY, last is ALLY. Combine all and you have occasionally. Then we come to the next word, rapport. I have chosen this because it is written rapport but pronounced rapport. So the pronunciation is of equal importance. What does it mean? Relationship or communication. Spelling is easy. First you write RAPO, rap, RAPP. Then you write ORT, RAPP, rap, and ORT, rapport, pronounced rapport. Then we come to the next word, recommend. This is also used in recommendations, recommend in official parlance. So the spelling is, I'll tell you, but first the meaning, suggest as fit for some purpose. Spelling is, first you write RECO, reco. Then you write double M, and the end of the word is END, END. Combine all these words and you have recommend. Then is receipt. Now meaning is written acknowledgement of payment. Now I have chosen this word because even senior students pronounce it as receipt. Receipt. I find it very funny. So that is why I chose this word. First write RE, then you write CEI, and then P. Now this P is silent, and last is T. Generally students pronounce it wrongly, receipt, but you know the correct pronunciation, which is receipt. Then remittance. It means money sent. Money sent. The spelling is easy. First you write Remi, REMI. It has double T. That is why I chose this word. And the last is ANCE. Remittance. Double T. Then we come to rhythm. All music lovers must know this word. It means notes in music. Now the spelling is a bit tricky. First you write RHY. Re, not RY. RHY, and then you write THM. Combine both and you have rhythm. Then sport lovers would be interested in the next word, running commentary. For all sport lovers. What does it mean? Verbal description of a sports event. Ravi Shastri gives running commentary. First you write running, which is very simple. The only thing is it has double N. And commentary also has double M. First double N and then double M. CO double M ENT, comment, and TA, after T ARY. Last is ARY. Commentary. People pronounce it as comment. Running commentary. Then we come to another spelling which is written wrongly 99 times out of 100. It is separate. Easy spelling but still misspelled. Now, what does it mean? Existing apart. It means having a separate identity. Now, first you write SE, then you write PA from Papa, PA, and the last is rate, RATE. Easy, but you know what people generally do? They write SEPERATE. I've seen even professors writing it wrongly. So I chose this for you. Then we come to a word which is a favorite of mine, soliloquy. It is pronounced soliloquy. It means talking without hearers. There are no hearers, but you are still talking aloud, especially in plays of Shakespeare, in place of Bernard Shaw, you have soliloquies. Now, how is it spelled? First you write S-O, so. Then you write Li, L-I. Then Lo, Li, Lo, L-I, L-O. And last is Q-U-Y, Q-U-Y. Q, I said, always has a U. Y is silent here. Soliloquy. Then we come to another word from the army. Lieutenant. Now it is written lieutenant, but it is pronounced lieutenant. I have seen even army officers pronouncing it as lieutenant. Now it means an officer in the army. Spelling is easy. L-I-E, first you write lie, then you write U-T-E, U-T-E, and last is Nent, N-A-N-T, not N-E-N-T. Combine all together, you have lieutenant, written as lieutenant, pronounced as lieutenant. Many of you would like to join the army, so you must know the spelling. Then we come to another very common word, underprivileged. Under is easy, but privileged is difficult. First, I tell you the meaning. Having below average income. Okay, there is a special category of underprivileged students in all exams. Now, you must know the spelling. It is a bit difficult, but you learn it. First, you write under, U-N-D-E-R. Then you write pre, P-R-I. Then you write V, not V-E, but V-I. Then you write leg, L-E-G. And last is E-D. Combined all, and you have underprivileged. I spell the whole spelling because this is important. U-N-D-E-R-P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E-D. Underprivileged. Ungrateful. Now it is easy to pronounce, but the spelling is a bit dicey. Meaning is not showing gratitude. When you don't show gratitude, you take favors, but you don't ever acknowledge them. That is being ungrateful. Now the spelling is, first you begin by writing un, then it is G-R-A-T-E, great. Many write G-R-E-A-T and commit a blunder. So the spelling also you must know, and you should also be grateful. So G-R-A-T-E, and the last part is F-U-L, not F-U-L-L. So ungrateful. Another word which is very common in English is unanimous. What does it mean? It means when all agree for any proposal that is made. Unanimous. Spelling is easy. First you write U, then you write nanny. Nani, you all know Nani, your nannies, your grandmothers. So N-A-N-I, Nani, and the last part is mus, M-O-U-S, not M-U-S. Unanimous. Then another very common word is villain. Many people are villains these days. They have the appearance of being very sweet, but then they act in a wicked manner. So even in films you have a villain. Now the spelling is V-I. Begin with V-I, then double L. And last is A-I-N. It is written villain but pronounced villain. Right? Then is woolen. It is a simple word. Anything which is made of wool is called woolen. You must be packing your woolens now because now the summers have approached. But remember the spelling. First you write W, then you write double O, then you write double L, and the last part is E-N. So here, to keep yourself warm, you have to have heavy woolens. So both have double O and double L. Next is yield. I have chosen this word because it is difficult to spell and difficult to pronounce. What does it mean? It means produce, profit or result. The spelling, you begin with Y, then you have I-E, not E-I. and then the last part is LD. It is misspelled, as I told you. People write YEI, whereas the correct spelling is YIE. Last part is LD. Then we come to entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneur, I have chosen it because it is difficult to spell and difficult to pronounce. Entrepreneur is a person who takes commercial ventures. First, you know the meaning, then, you know the spelling. You begin by writing EN. Entre, not AN, EN. Then TRE, TRE, Entre, then pre or preliminary, PRE, and last is NEUR, newer. Combine all together and you have entrepreneur. It is written entrepreneur, but it is pronounced the way I spoke just now. The next word is opportunity. Pronounced opportunity. You have difficulty in pronouncing this word. It means favorable chance. Now, to get a favorable chance, you must know the spelling also. First spell O, then you write double P, then you write ORT, ORT, and the last part is unity, UNITY. Now see, for getting opportunities, you need unity amongst your colleagues, amongst your friends. So the last part of the word is unity. Then we come to another word which may not be of much importance, but it is difficult to write and difficult to pronounce. It is yacht. It is written in a different manner and it is pronounced in a different way. Now, first I tell you the meaning. It is a sailing boat like you have in Nainital Lake and in other lakes of important places, resorts. Yacht. It is written yacht, but it is pronounced yacht. Spelling is you begin with ya, Y-A. Then you write C-H. C-H is totally silent. And last is T. This is pronounced Y-O-T but written Y-A-C-H-T. Yacht. Then we come to unnecessary. It means, you know, which is not necessary. But the spelling is quite necessary. You begin by writing UN, then you write NECE. So it has double N here. Then you write ARY. So you have double N and double S. UNNECESSARY. Grammatical, you know grammar. So grammatical is a bit similar to grammar. It means rules of grammar. Now this first you write grammar, GRAMMA, and the last part is TICAL. Grammatical. Don't make grammatical mistakes. The last word in my list is aggressive. It means hostile. Now the spelling is first you write A, then you write double G, then you write RE, agree, then again double S, and you end the word by writing IVE. Combine all the parts and you have aggressive. Okay, so this was my list of words with meanings and correct spellings. I have also given the correct pronunciations because sometimes students know the correct spellings but not the correct pronunciations, or vice versa. Both are equally important for all of us. I have not mentioned rules and regulations in English, as English cannot be taught by sticking to rules. PUT is put, but BUT is but. So how can there be any rules in their pronunciations? Anyway, I will mention a few tips which may prove helpful in remembering the spellings. First rule which I have made for you is Be careful with words having double letters. The second rule is if you are unsure of correct spellings, avoid using that word. Use alternative words. Don't ever write a word if you're not sure of the spelling. These are my own rules, so that's why I'm writing. I'm telling you. The next word is don't use abbreviated spellings. You will lose marks also, and you will end up remembering only the abbreviated spellings, not the original spellings. So, stay away from abbreviations. The fourth rule which I have written for you is write some difficult words daily to improve spellings. Francis Bacon, the father of English essays, has wisely said, I open his quote, reading maketh a full man, writing an exact man, and conference a ready man. I close the quote. With these words, I end my lecture. I reiterate that don't rely on rules. Try to learn spellings on your own by the easy methods I have told you. As English is a difficult language and cannot stay within the four walls of rules and regulations. If you find my lecture useful, please subscribe, like, and comment on my YouTube channel at English by Professor Dr. Deepika Srivastava. Subscriptions are totally free. Best of luck. Do well in your forthcoming exams. Stay away from spelling mistakes. Good day. Thank you.